Hi everybody, I want to speak about holotropic states of consciousness. What are they and how you can really attune yourself to a holotropic state of consciousness, which is really the meaning of a advanced state of consciousness, which is the meaning of an awakened state of consciousness. Now, this holotropic name is coming from Stanislav Grof, which is the father of transpersonal psychology. And by holotropic, we mean going towards completeness, going towards wholeness, going towards being our complete selves, going towards becoming our higher selves. Now, Stanislav Grof really talks about these holotropic states as advanced states of consciousness. And this is really powerful because I believe that human beings have the power to really reach a new potential. Human beings have the power to really go into a more advanced state of consciousness. Now, the more that we see the fact that we are consciousness itself, and the more that we believe possible the fact that we can really, let's say, awaken to a new state of consciousness, now we are becoming aware of our, let's say, of our more powerful self. We are becoming aware of the fact that we can embrace a higher version of ourselves, and we can really expand our consciousness in such a way that we can really begin to awaken. Okay, so holotropic state of consciousness is also the state of the awakened man. Now, in my experience, I have experienced things that have made me really get in tune with a more, let's say, advanced state of consciousness, and I was really pleased about it. I was like, it was like my mind has opened to a new way of living. And now I realize that these experiences can happen, and I realize that these experiences are really powerful. And the more that we step into questioning reality, okay, this is really powerful, to question the nature of consciousness, to question the nature of really how our potential works, to question the nature of how really things are working in this universe. And when we do this, we also allow our consciousness to expand, okay? Because I also believe that we live in amazing times. We live in times where human consciousness really awakens to a new potential. We live in times where human consciousness is opening itself. Okay, the universe is awakening. Okay, source consciousness is awakening, and really source consciousness actually works through us. Source consciousness works as us. Okay, we are, in essence, we are the universe itself. Now, I think that the universe has chosen to expand its consciousness by us making us more aware of ourselves. Okay, so in essence, when you are becoming more aware of yourself, you are also becoming more aware of the universe. When you are becoming more aware of yourself, you are also digging deep into your own consciousness. Now, this is powerful because, again, human consciousness has the ability to awaken itself. Human consciousness has the ability to really go beyond limits. Human consciousness has the power to really step into a higher version of expression. Okay, expression is powerful, but also expression and receptivity. Expression and receptivity. The more receptive you are to your own state of consciousness is the more that you receive answers. And this is about being conscious, guys. It's about being conscious. It's about choosing to really question yourself. Questioning yourself is important. Questioning yourself is questioning the nature of how things are working from my perspective, because we don't really have to be ignorant. Okay, we don't have to be ignorant in the life that we're living. Ignorance leads to stagnation. Ignorance leads to a monkey mind. Ignorance leads to you being static and really just being a robot in this matrix game that we're in. Okay, so the more that you find the way in which these holotropic states of consciousness work, is the more that you realize that you have a lot of gifts. You have a lot of gifts. You have a lot of inner ways of changing the way that you work, changing the way that your consciousness works, and really allowing things to happen in a different way in your life, you know? So realize that there is power in questioning, guys. There is power in questioning. There is power in really being in tune with each moment. There is power in really looking deep into the universe and really awaken yourself to a new version. And the awakening process is a process that is continuous, and you are already awakened. Okay, you are already awakened. Everybody is awakened in a sense, but what we don't necessarily see is the fact that we cannot acknowledge it. Okay, you are awakened. But if you live in the illusion of separation, if you live in the illusion of the matrix, if you live in the illusion of society, if you live in the illusion of where you are desensitizing your senses, you fail to see this awakened state. You fail to see this awakened state, okay? So realize that you gotta question yourself, and you gotta look inwards yourself in order to become aware of your consciousness, you know? So in a holotropic state, what happens is the fact that we are becoming aware of our higher self. We are becoming aware of our multidimensional way of existing. We are becoming aware of the fact that we are creating reality with our thoughts. We have created this pandemic. Okay, we have created this pandemic. The collective consciousness has created it. With the fact that we have lived in fear, with the fact that we have lived in a low vibrational state of consciousness. We are creating everything. We are creating disasters with our states of consciousness. We are creating the fact that we are not abundant with our states of consciousness. So whatever you are seeing in the world is a reflection of you guys. It is a reflection of your own state of consciousness. But I realize that the more that we live a pure life, the more that we question ourselves, the more that we embrace ourselves, the more that we put to question the universe, is the more that our consciousness awakens. Okay? And consciousness can awaken through many ways. It can awaken through sex. Consciousness can awaken through trauma. Consciousness can awaken through a really powerful experience of moving your body. Consciousness can awaken spontaneously. Consciousness can awaken just by you experiencing a low vibrational state. Consciousness can awaken through depression. Okay? Consciousness can awaken through many things. And the more that you see the fact that you are responsible for everything in your life, is the more that you get to really attune yourself to a new state of consciousness. Okay? So discipline is important. Responsibility is important. Becoming aware of yourself is important. Okay, so today's message is about reminding you guys, because you already know this. You already know the fact that you can go deeper. You can go deeper into your own sense of self. You can go deeper into your own way of living. You can go deeper into your own way of who you think you are. You can go deeper into removing the masks of your ego and really observing that constant movement of your own state of consciousness, and really getting to attune yourself to it in order for you to really open your heart to the experience that is right in front of you. Okay? So, this is my idea on holotropic states of consciousness. Holotropic comes from the Greek, which means moving towards wholeness. Moving towards wholeness, okay? So the more complete you are, is the more that you are becoming enlightened. Is the more that you are becoming awakened. Is the more that you are becoming in tune with the present moment, okay? So realize that you can forgive yourself. You can forgive yourself, and you can really love yourself in the process. And the more that you put to question is the more that you receive answers. The more that you put to question is the more that you receive answers. Okay? So yeah, this is powerful from my perspective, because we get to experience stuff in our lives that we can really get to use in order for us to become our best versions, in order for us to become our best selves, you know. So it's powerful because we live in times of awakening, and the ancient ones have predicted these times for us to be into. The ancient ones, the Mayans have predicted these times of awakening. And really what happens is the fact that we are receiving messages, we are receiving downloads about the new world. We are receiving downloads about the new earth. We are receiving high vibrational messages about how things will be. Okay, so it's our job to really for those who are on this path, of course, because I cannot force you to believe anything. So it's our job for those who are on the spiritual journey to really make the most out of these times, and to really celebrate everything, and to really open their hearts to these holotropic states of consciousness, which are amazing. It's our job to really help the world unite as one. It's our job to help the world unite as one. It's our job to help the world connect through these messages. Through these messages, it's our job to help the world connect and to really open our consciousness to whatever is. Because whatever we are finding into, it is happening with a purpose. It is happening with the purpose for us to really share these messages with the world, and to really embrace a new consciousness. You know, the consciousness of the awakened being, the consciousness of the advanced being, the consciousness of high vibrational states of consciousness, which are about you being your best version, which are about you being your best self, which are about you being in tune with each moment, because you deserve it. You know, we deserve to be free. This is our birthright. We deserve to be in tune. We deserve to be creative. We deserve to be anything that we desire. We deserve to win. You know? So it's about, from my perspective, and I remind you guys, this is only my subjective perspective. Okay, this is only what I'm experiencing right now. You don't have to trust my word. You don't have to. This is only my subjective perspective, and I'm just offering these messages because it feels good to offer them. So from my perspective, it's about being anything that you desire, and really healing yourself, and really going beyond fear, going beyond limitation, going beyond restrictions, you know. So don't buy into the limiting game of this society from my perspective, because look, we have to wear masks, seriously. There may be no pandemic, guys. There may be no pandemic. It's all a game. It's all a game. It's all a game. We choose if we want to be imprisoned or not. We choose if we want to be slaves or not. You know, we choose if we want to be in the matrix or not. What is the matrix? It is the system that has been created for us to play a certain game. It is usually limiting. The movie Matrix was represented by the fact that they were trying to stop agents, so-called agents, for dominating the world and enslaving the world. And what happened in the movie Matrix is what is happening right here, right now. What happened in the Matrix is what's happening right here, right now. We are being enslaved. And only those who see it will escape it. Only those who see it will escape it. If you don't see it, you have been enslaved. You know, you don't have to take a vaccine. You don't have to wear a mask. Because that is living in fear. You don't have to, you cannot be ill unless you believe it to be. You cannot be sick unless you believe it in your mind that you can be. You know? So yeah, this is today's message. Holotropic states of consciousness are also awakened states of consciousness, which is seeing with clarity, which is really opening your mind to the consciousness that has always been with you, that is always with you, with the consciousness that has always been guiding you. That is your best version. Okay? So yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and this was today's channeling for today. I'm just feeling amazing. I'm feeling amazing, and I'm going higher and higher each day because I deserve it, and we can alchemize. The power of alchemy is amazing because it is the power of where we are turning negative experiences into powerful experiences. It is where we are turning our past in our favor. Okay, so you can change any experience just by believing it to be real. Remember, you have to believe it to be real in order for it to work. You have to believe it to be real in order for it to work. So it's you that gives birth to things. Okay? So, thanks for watching, guys, and see you on what is coming up next. I also do one-on-one coaching sessions if you're interested in expanding your consciousness and really going deep into that gangster spiritual self of yours. Feel free to send me a message and let's step into the work. You will heal at a soul level. You will heal at a vibrational level. You will get to discover things about how this universe works, and you will really get to improve your lifestyle by combining the consciousness that represents work with the consciousness that represents play and fun. Okay? So, thanks for watching and see you on what is coming up next. I love you.